a little while ago.
Hours ago. We had a great broadcast last night, and congratulations Chicago Mustangs women who won the first match of the home opener of the MLIS. And well, today we are here right in front here at Grand Sports Arena. That we are here at Hoffman Estates in a great match, bringing in to you live from Hoffman Estates between the Chicago Mustangs and Lansing Red Cedar team. And well, both teams were just warming up, very intense, getting ready, making all the switches. Coaches looking at the last pieces of the chess game, and well, right away, just give you a little feedback of what has been going on this season for both teams. Chicago Mustangs has come from a loss, a very harsh loss against Cleveland Crunch, and then we have Lansing that just came back from a very tight game against Fort Wayne, in which actually they won 16-15, very high score, and it was actually overtime. And well, right now in the standings, we currently have Red Cedar Lansing in third place of the standings, followed by fifth place, the Chicago Mustangs. What means to be a very tight game today in this actually cold weather out there. But thankfully, this is the great thing about this sport. It's inside Tico, and we're nice and warm, getting ready. Both teams are getting, their things ready at the locker room, and
right.
Well, it's actually almost game time.
What I like about today, as you mentioned, although it's cold outside, but the stands are beginning to get populated. So the teams are getting, as Teresa mentioned, getting their last instructions on the locker room by Coach Adam and Coach Gamboa. So we are only a few minutes away, micrometers away, micro minutes. So we're going to take a break in the meantime and come right back with the starting lineup and all that good stuff. All right, everybody, as promised, we are back. Teresa, are you ready? And the question is, are you ready, young lady?
Yes, it's actually going to be an exciting game today between these two great teams. Very close in the table of standings. And well, actually, as you well mentioned, the seats are getting filled. We had a great crowd standing in line waiting for the gates to be open, or the door to be open, in order to get out in the stands. And I would actually like to thank everyone who has come in to join us in this broadcasting through the Chicago Mustangs Facebook page live. And then also I want to mention that whenever you're unable to log into Facebook, because we know sometimes it closes on certain cell phone companies, so you could also go and follow our broadcast live at the YouTube channel of the league, Major League Indoor Soccer, MLIS, and you could see live every broadcast from every single team that is currently playing. And we will also keep very close attention to the comments. I'll be reading them throughout the broadcast, and it's a pleasure to be here today. I love, Tico, watching how the kids, one of my favorite parts is watching how the kids grab their popcorn, grab their delicious tacos, let me tell you, because the food here at Grand Sports Arena are actually delicious. And my favorite, Tico, it's actually the corn on the cob.
Oh, right, yeah, I had that yesterday. It was great.
With the mayo,
I'm going to do a repeat
cheese.
today, let me tell you.
Yes, I actually put that on my order too, because I did see see you eat that yesterday. And here we go. We currently have the kids coming in. They're actually kids from Chicago Mustangs Youth Club, and this is actually a great experience for them, especially when they look up to the players, in this case Chicago Mustangs. And someday we actually also have a little girl part of the player escort team. And actually, you know, yesterday we had the women's team, and now we have the men's team of the Chicago Mustangs, and this just tell you the well structured of this club. And congratulations to the president of Chicago Mustangs Club, as well as the vice president. We want to see a shout out. Thank you so much. And if you're tuning in, once again, we are getting ready for the protocol, the introduction of this great match between the Chicago Mustangs and Red Cedar team, the Lansing team that's actually making the last adjustments back there. We just saw the coach walk out into the little bench area for the substitution. And also we actually see right now live that Armando Gamboa is also walking out to his bench. And well, Tico, I think we're just finalizing the last touches of what's to be a great match today. Both teams are looking to take the big W today in order to move up into the standings. It's a very close. And for those of you that are following this league, we currently have in first place Toronto, then Cleveland, Lansing, Pittsburgh, and then we have Chicago Mustangs, followed by Rockford and Fort Wayne. And Tico, are you ready for today's introduction?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm just waiting for a cue.
Take it away, Tico.
And now, welcome to Grand Sports Arena, right here in Hoffman Estates, to another exciting match of the MLIS competition. First, let me introduce and welcome the Red Cedar FC players. Number 0, goalkeeper Tulakowski Jury. Number 22, goalkeeper Christopher Mora. Number 2, Dakin Sawyer. Number 4, Clark Sham. Number 5, Backley Aiden. Number 8, Jake Kunet. Number 9, Cody Grenville. Number 10, Anthony Recinos. Number 11, Gabriel Mireles. Number 13, Johnny Torres. Number 16, Taylor Pill. Number 18, Bobby. Number 21, Cole Heiser. Number 77, Victor Viana. Number 88, Larry Garcia. Number 91, Yusuf Bitar. And the Red Cedar FC are coached by Mo Adam, assisted by Abdul Khalif and Caleb Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the pitch your Chicago Mustangs! Wearing number 48, Muela, the goalkeeper, Jose Resendiz. Number 99, goalkeeper, Jorge Quintero. Number 5, Sergi Wozniak. Number 6, Alex Filiam. Number 8, Gabriel Jurado. Number 9, Andy Tovar. Number 10, Alexis Camarena. Number 12, Richard Garcia. Number 14, Christopher Garcia. Number 16, Brian Murgia. Number 22, Dario Gamboa. Number 23, Christopher Coria. Number 24, Stefan Selenovic. Number 27, Jorge Ochoa. Number 31, Luis Alberto Marquez. Number 84, Jose Matute. And Arnel Disnarevich. And the Chicago Mustangs are coached by Armando Gamboa. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the playing of the national anthem of the United States of America. Number 91. 20. All right, everybody, we are all set. We're getting all the last instructions here from Coach Mo Adam about a player that was not listed or is listed. So give us a few minutes to get that straightened out. In the meantime, everything is all set to go. I'm going to let my partner, formula partner, take over a little bit to see what Coach Mo Adam is what he was talking about. Please, Teresa.
Yes,
Oh, he's
Tico,
giving
great.
instructions.
Yes, Tico, great time. What a great protocol introduction we had. We just witnessed a few minutes ago, and both teams are all set, very motivated. Both teams turned around at the end of the name of the lineup. They looked at each other, and that right there, I felt like a feeling of rivalry, looking at each other's faces, face to face, and knowing that who will be the team that will take down today's 3 points to take them home or leave them at home in the case of the Chicago Mustangs. And well, everything is all set. Every team there, we see the coaches talking to their team and making sure that everyone has it clear on how to play on the field and how to position themselves, how to make sure that what his expectations are of the game, as well as Armando Gamboa is currently having a talk with the players and making sure that everyone has the position they need to be at.
There's a change in coaching for the Chicago Mustangs. Armando Gamboa is not on here. He is going to be replaced by Ernesto Correa, assisted by Ricardo Arroyo. So that was one of the last minute changes on the lineup, so we're all set to go. Both teams on the pitch. Let me mention the referees for this match are Sebastian Policote, assisted by Hugo Aranda, Gabe Billings, and the fourth referee is Antonio Barajas. So those are the referees. We're all set to go. Last instructions given in the pitch. And the Mustangs are ready to go, waiting for the initial whistle. Welcome once again to Hoffman Estates Grand Sports Arena. My name is Tico Fernandez. My partner, formula partner, is the great Teresa Limon. She will be in commentary, throwing out the best of what she knows how to do in the game, the beautiful game. And there's speaking of beautiful game, there's a few Brazilians in the Red Cedar FC squad, and we're gonna be mentioning them as the game progresses. 15 minutes, ready to go. Mustangs are going to move the ball, put it in play. We are just waiting. You can hear that electronic clock taking away, Teresa. Friends, there we go. Let's play ball. I'm tripping all over the place here in the broadcast booth. Warchenak will have the ball for the Chicago Mustangs. Right back to Warchenak. Right now the visiting team is expecting number 27, Jorge Ochoa. Had to filter the ball for number 22. There's a cross for the Chicago Mustangs. Passes right in front of Yodi Tokolaleski, the goalkeeper for Red Cedar FC. Warnowski with the ball, giving instruction. Finally puts it in play. Number 11 for the visiting team, Gabriel Mireles. Now on defense, trying to look Cody Granville for the ball. Right back to Warchenak. Sergi, number 5, on his dorsal. There's the Mustangs go on the attack. On defense, again, Sergi Warchenak. Sending that ball to Jorge Ochoa. There's a shot! He came very close to the Cabana, defended by Duty. Here goes the visiting team on the attack. There's a hard foot for the ball for the Guatemalteco Chapin from Zacapa. Handling ball right there. Right on the image. Throwing to you, being fed to you from All-In Technology. Number 10 on the pass. That's the one I was telling you about. That is from Guatemala. Anthony Recinos. Visiting team on a pass, on a heel pass to his defender. Right to Yudi. the goalkeeper. 16 on the reception, Taylor Pill, asking his players to take it easy, take it easy. Ball being distributed by the goalie to number 13 for the visiting team, Johnny Torres. Right back to Torres. On the other side, right back to the goalkeeper. Trying to penetrate this Mustang defense that is solid back there. There's a ball handler on a change of personnel for Chicago Mustangs. Luis Alberto Marquez is asking for a ball, a handball. The referee says play on. There's a filter through. There's a shot. Resendiz on that bola avoids the first goal. The defense so far, what we got on 11:55 left on this first period of play, very, very intense. Mustangs on the attack on the right flank. There's a shot sent to the corner. There's a corner kick for Chicago Mustangs. Camarena, number 10, is going to put it in play. There's one on the wall for the visiting team, number 17. 77, beg your pardon. It's Victor Viana. Marquez brings it down. Hesitates for a little bit. Puts it right in there. Camarena waiting to shoot. It's a little off the mark. There's a ball and there's a goal, 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 goal. Chicago Mustang number 24, Stefan Selenovic, on an early goal. He didn't hesitate and put the ball in Red Cedar's FC net. 1-0, Teresa.
What a great shot. What a great finish from number 24, Stefan. He actually sees a wall pass, receives it with the right, and stars his best job and great talent of making great moves with his agility of this footwork. Right around, schools the goalkeeper around him and takes that shot to put his team up front, but 1 point.
There's a goal by the visiting team on that corner kick. For a minute or a second, I split one at that. Red Cedar FC comes roaring back. It's one apiece. We got ourselves a game, Teresa. Friends that are following on the web, welcome to the game. We got a game, we got a game, we got a game. We have a game, Teresa.
What a great goal by Red Cedar. A very hard angle to score from. Right off the corner and bounces right where Resendiz was not able to follow that ball through to try and block it. But here we go. We have a tied game. Currently 1-1. Both teams trying to take control of today's match. And it hasn't been either one. Both teams have been trying to keep control, have possession of the ball, and trying to switch sides on the field. But both teams are trying their best to keep control and trying to fight to have possession of that ball and trying to finish off with a goal.
Resendiz with the ball, put it right up there for Jorge Ochoa. Wozniak distributed the ball in his own territory. Number 5 on defense for Aidan Bagley. I got to take my bad on that. I was mentioning Judy is the goaltender for Red Cedar FC. Is number 22, Christopher Mota. We got that corrected. In the meantime, the ball is in place, is moved. And the Mustangs take that on the advantage. There's a shot on the left shoulder of a visiting team, Red Cedar FC. 9 minutes, 41 seconds, 1-1. There's the Guatemalan player from Zacapa on a breakaway. There's a shot. Resendiz trying to do his best to keep his cabana clear. 11 on the prowl, Gabriel Mireles. There's a shot. There's a Buela Buela by Jose Resendiz. Great goalkeeping. 9:21, there's the train, Teresa, I was telling you about. Actually, the train is late. Let's get on board. There's a corner kick for the visiting team, Cedar FC. Number 13. Wojciak on defense, goes to the floor, comes up big. There's a pull, arm pull. The referee let the play go on. There's a shot. Wojciak been pretty busy. Red Cedar on the attack. Jose Resendiz sends a ball. There's a shot by the Mustang player that hits the wall. Goes out of play. That ball belongs to Red Cedar FC. 8 minutes 48. There's a movement. Led up to Sean Clark in front of our broadcast booth. He rolls it in, puts it on play with his left foot, but there's a Chicago Mustangs defender on site. Tries to screw it away on the left head side. In the meantime, number 4, Sean Clark. Camarena. It's a give and go on the possession of the ball. Marquez, the veteran player. Backhand play. Ball to the author of the first goal of the game. Camarena. Rolls the ball to Marquez. Shoots a left bullet to Camarena. That's a sombrerito. 7 minutes, 49 seconds. 1-1 is the score. 1-1. Red Cedar FC taking a pause on the play. Camarena goes to the floor. Wasn't successful on that defense. Mustangs send the ball off the field. Right where Mora, Christopher Mora, the goalie for the Red Cedar FC, comes into play. There's a pull on the jersey. Nothing happening. Camarena guarding that ball. Asking for help on the other side. Ball comes right back to Jose Resendiz. Buela Buela. Marquez on a shot. Deep shot. Looking for a teammate. Hits the wall. And it is Cedar FC, Red Cedar FC, that comes back with that ball. He's hesitant to go into Mustangs territory. Sean Clark spreads it right. Back to Clark. Looking. 6 minutes, 29 seconds. Marquez hits the wall, or hits the net rather. Then 6:29, 1-1. What do you think so far of the game, Teresa?
Well, great team. Both teams are being very ambitious, trying to control that ball. But you know what? Once they hit close to the box, we have Red Cedar being very good at keeping great ball movement that we see on both sides. Specifically, Red Cedar, who's had control of the ball once they hit inside the box, and you know, a very tight, intense game we see out here. Both teams trying to score as fast as possible to try and gain control and kind of ease off the intensity of this game. We currently see Resendiz, a goalkeeper, giving some instructions, who actually has a great view. Goalkeepers are always meant, usually they're captains, usually they're the leaders that get to have a wide view from the back and try and give them extra instructions to his teammates and say where the opening space is. From the back you get to see a wide view, and why not? Let's give him some instructions to his fellow teammates and see what they could do to try and switch things up. They haven't been very productive on the attack. They've had various attempts, but unfortunately they have not finished off those attempts to the goal.
Yes, indeed. There is an intense commentary by Teresa Limon. She knows what she's talking about. She played the game. Now she's on the other side of the microphone, analyzing what goes on the pitch. Let's see. Everybody's ready. Resendiz is going to put it in play for the Chicago Mustangs. There you go. Great camera work there by the Alling Technology crew. Right in front of us, the ball is bouncing up and down. Resendiz had to leave his cabana, the comfort of his home, come and kick that ball away. He goes a long 360 on that. Gabriel Jurado is still insisting. Jurado with the ball, spreads it up a little bit, and then comes in Jorge Ochoa. But the defense for Red Cedar FC, and there's a late foul call for the visiting team. 5:47 left, 1-1. And then I'm sure Teresa is going to hit that switch on the wall. Mora, the goalkeeper for Red Cedar FC, distributing that ball right in the middle. 5:34, 1-1. Mora gives it to the ref. The ref is going to take it and put it where he saw the foul. Resendiz comes in, but the referee already whistled that ball for the Chicago Mustangs. Resendiz with the ball. Vuela, vuela. Sends a long drive. Up comes Mora. Both hands on the air. The Zacapan, the Guatemalan. It's got a foul call in his favor. Mora, the goalie, spreads it to Aidan Bagley. Right through the middle of the pitch. Jose Resendiz on 2 counts. Finally comes up with the ball. So I'm going to let Teresa, she's in deep thought, to make the switch into our native tongue.
Muchísimas gracias, Tico. Luego, como bien lo has comentado, vamos a hablar ahora en español. La transmisión siempre es un poquito más favorable hacia el inglés, pero bueno, sabemos que tenemos muchos seguidores actualmente de los Chicago Mustangs que hablan español y bueno, muchísimas gracias por seguir nuestra transmisión en vivo justo aquí de la instalación del Grand Sports Arena, donde juegan 2 equipos justos, un partido muy intenso. Se le acaba de dar una tarjeta azul justo al arquero de Red Cedar, Lansing, con el nombre de Christopher Mora. Pero bueno, como acabamos de mencionar, ambos equipos se encuentran muy cerrados en la tabla de posiciones. Tenemos actualmente Red Cedar, Lansing justo en el 3er lugar, mientras que el Chicago Mustangs se encuentra en el 5º lugar. Y bueno, ambos ahora han buscado el marcador y el marcador actualmente es 1-1 de ambos equipos empatado. Y vamos a ver si aquí el jugador de Chicago Mustangs, el número 22 que vemos en pantalla, Darío Gamboa, hace el cambio, hace una diferencia en este marcador.
La pelota la va a poner en movimiento Gamboa. Mora bajo su cabaña esperando la orden del referí. Eso fue debido a una mano fuera del área de trabajo. Viene. Gol. Darío Gamboa, 22, gol. El marcador a favor del equipo de casa. 2-1. Hay un tiempo llamado en el terreno de juego. No sé, ¿seguimos adelante o seguimos adelante? Bueno, ok. Vamos a ver, Teresa es la que lleva el comando de la transmisión el día de hoy. Ella es la que está dando las órdenes aquí en la cabina.
Sí, bien lo comentaste. Qué gran gol de este gran jugador que ha sido una figura exitosa de parte de Chicago Mustangs en esta temporada. El número 22, Darío Gamboa. Y bueno, el gol de los Mustangs, el marcador se mueve y los Mustangs toman la ventaja. Chicago Mustangs 2, Lansing 1, como bien lo comentas. Y bueno, gran definición en un momento clave del partido, aprovechando justo esa falta del arquero de parte de Lansing, que el señor Mora que cometió. Y bueno, este gol no solamente sube al equipo en el marcador, sino que le da esa confianza, Tico, esa confianza a Chicago Mustangs, que ahora controla y el ritmo lo empezó junto antes de esa falta de parte del arquero. Y bueno, obliga a Lansing ahora a adelantar sus líneas en estos últimos 4 minutos del primer cuarto de este partido. Y bueno, todavía queda partido, Tico, pero este tanto puede marcar un antes y un después en este encuentro.
Sí, no, definitivamente. En esa mano, obviamente, el golero, válgase la redundancia en la descripción, cometió una mano fuera y fue marcado ahí mismo por el referee. Eso quedó ya en el retrovisor. Tenemos un parabrisas lleno de fútbol aquí en este escenario de Grand Sports Arena en Hoffman Estates. Va a mover el equipo de visita. Esperando la orden. Ahí está. Finalmente lo hace. Por poco se va de cabeza. Esperando la orden. Sean Clark con el esférico. Comunicando. Cuidado. Hacia atrás con el golero Mora. Mora mira por dónde. Abriendo ahora con Sean Clark. Se suma al ataque el número 8. Jake Kunet para el equipo de visita. Muy bien ahí el golero José Reséndiz desviando ese balón al sector izquierdo del terreno de juego. Montados en la cabalgata. Está Mora, abandona su área de trabajo para salir a defender esa pelota del campo. Viene Worsenak con el dominio del balón para su equipo. Pega en la pared. Lleva el efecto de billar, pero llega donde está José Reséndiz. Vuela el golero espectacular del Chicago Mustangs. Mustangs mirando ahora con Brian Murguía. Le tumban a la compañera de fórmula la computadora. Pero no pasa nada. Sean Clark con el dominio del esférico. Un estrellato ahí en la barda defensora del terreno de juego. Caracoleando hacia atrás. Sean Clark, 4 en su dorsal. Mira por dónde ahora viene un trazo largo que pega en la net. Y ese balón le pertenece ahorita al equipo del Chicago Mustangs. La va a poner en movimiento en un tiro libre después de esa pelota que terminó fuera del terreno de juego en la net. ¿Quién lo va a cobrar? Es Márquez, el veteranazo del Chicago Mustangs, que juega espectacular. Luis Alberto Márquez. 31 en su dorsal, viene 2 a la barrera, un chanfle. ¡Gol! Mora no lo vio. ¡Gol! Con un chanfle espectacular. Luis Alberto Márquez, 31 en el dorso, dice: ese gol es mío. 3-1 el marcador.
Qué gran definición, justo ese misil que justo con un gran golpe hacia ese balón de parte de Márquez de la zurda, justo en la esquinita donde el arquero de Lansing, Christopher Mora, no alcanza. Es más, Tico ni se movió porque fue tan rápido que ni siquiera pudo ver dónde se iba ese balón. Pero bueno, el primer gol de este partido de parte de Márquez, y estamos viendo ahorita el marcador del Chicago Mustangs subir aún a 3 contra el equipo de Lansing, Cedar Lansing a 1.
Tiro libre que pertenece al equipo de casa, lo más largo desde nuestro palco de transmisión. Viene, va a enviar esa pelota a la candela. A la candela viene una solitaria barrera ahí, el número 11 Gabriel Mireles para el equipo de visita. Se encamina, viene hacia atrás, no lo esperaba Márquez, lo tuvo que forzarse. Hacia adelante le pega un puntazo a donde caiga. Ahora entra a escena Camarena. Camarena extiende el pie derecho, no puede llegarle al balón porque antes estaba ahí Anthony Recinos para el equipo de visita. Se va al ataque ahora Red Cedar FC, sector de la derecha, pelota al medio, buscando al guatemalteco, no puede llegar. Responde la defensa del equipo de casa, llega donde está Mora, que abandona su cabaña momentáneamente para irse a campo libre. Chutea con la pierna izquierda el jugador número 11 del equipo de visita, Gabriel Mireles. Llega ahora con 1:46, abriendo ahora con el golero Mora. Cuidado, se va a meter en problemas. Prefiere pegarle la pared, tiene que ir hacia atrás, retroceder y llega desde a Taylor Peel, número 16, en obra de rescate. ¿Cómo la vio, Teresa? ¿Cómo la vio?
Bueno, ese tipo de jugadas, ese tipo de oportunidad, especialmente Christopher Correa, el número 23, Chicago Mustangs, pudo haber aprovechado. Justo recibe el balón, una equivocación del arquero, recibe el balón y por ahí se va el 1 contra 1 y tenía todo el espacio izquierdo para poder girar donde no había nadie, poder tomar esa oportunidad hacia la portería, pero decidió pasar ese balón a su compañero por costado derecho cuando ya había llegado la parte defensiva y les pone difícil la jugada para terminar ese gol. Y bueno, ya vimos una oportunidad que no supo aprovechar Chicago Mustangs.
Viene la pelota al medio por intermedio del equipo de visita. Gol del equipo de Red Cedar FC para la algarabía de la Bancán, que está muy cerca de nuestro palco de transmisión, y esto se puso 3-2 cuando queda en el digital 1:10.
Un gran gol, una gran definición de parte de Red Cedar. Aiden Bagley, número 5, que justo recibe el balón de un gran pase del lado izquierdo y bueno, lo pone justo enfrente ese pase donde Aiden nomás le pone el solo toquecito de a como vino y está nuevamente subiendo, ayudando a su equipo subir dentro del marcador con 2 goles.
El reloj en cuenta regresiva para que caduque este primer periodo de juego. Definitivamente, como se lo dijimos al principio del mismo, que iba a ser intenso, iba a estar caliente. Hay un jalonazo de camiseta, indica el referí, y por ende le pertenece esa pelota al equipo de visita Red Cedar FC, que la va a colocar en su propio territorio. Custodiando ahí al golero está el jugador número 6, Alex Filiam, para el equipo de casa cuando restan 35.4 segundos a este primer periodo de juego. La pelota en movimiento la pone Christopher Mora, ahí picando, hay un despliegue ahí, viene, sale muy grande a cubrir Resendiz, un trayazo ahí que cubre la defensa del equipo de Chicago Mustangs, que se defiende como gato panza arriba. Tiro libre, sector de la derecha cuando restan 14.0 centavos. Tiro libre que va a poner en movimiento Gabriel Jurado para el equipo de Chicago Mustangs. Tiro libre, 2 a la barrera defensiva. Cuidado con esas pelotas queditas porque ahí llega Márquez, el autor de ese trayazo, donde le hizo la mejor escena. No, viene, se lo deja a su compañero, pelota al medio, a la deriva queda Márquez, pifió esa bola, se viene ahora a toda velocidad el equipo de visita, viene, y esta vaina se empató, Teresa, ya cuando está agonizando el primer periodo de juego.
Así es, Tico, qué partidazo, qué buena definición de parte de este jugador de Red Cedar, Lansing. Y bueno, anteriormente la primera búsqueda hacia ese gol fue un gran defensa de parte de Brian Munguía, el número 6 Chicago Mustangs, que salva al Chicago Mustangs de un golazo. Y bueno, en solamente segundos este jugador anota para poder y terminar el primer cuarto empatado. Chicago Mustangs 3 y Lansing 3. Nos vemos a continuación en unos breves comerciales.
Está bien.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back in this great match between Red Cedar Lansing and the Chicago Mustangs here live from Grand Sports Arena here at Hoffman Estates, Illinois. And what a first quarter, Tico. What a first quarter. It is hot. Red Cedar Lansing did a comeback with the great finish at the end before the last seconds of the first quarter, and we now have a game.
Yes,
3-3.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You were absolutely right. I mean, what a game so far. First quarter already in the books. And the scoreboard is 3-3. So anyway, my favorite goal saying is that's on the rear view mirror. Now let's go to see what we have on the windshield. The sports windshield. Mora, the goalie for the Red Cedar FC, puts it in play. There's a breakaway for the visiting team. Have to apply the brakes a little bit. And there's a goal by number 5, Adam Begley, on an early goal, on an early comeback. The start of the second period of play. The visiting team goes up by a goal.
Yeah, second goal with this player, number 5, Aiden Bagley, that once again gets a very great pass from the back. He's playing defensively and makes sure goes right through the middle of the field, past the defender of the Chicago Mustangs, just did a rollover to the right and took that certain shot, as we see right now in the replay. You'll see he takes that field, dribbles down the line, just makes a small rollover and takes that final shot to make that finish and put his team up with 4 points.
There's a foul on the play committed by number 16, Brian Murguia, for the Chicago Mustangs. There's this excitement on the bench right next to our broadcast booth, the Red Cedar FC. The Guatemalan national goes on the attack, but there is Jose Resendiz, Buela, the spectacular goalie for the Chicago Mustangs. Gives it to his teammate, Sergei Warchenak. Warchenak up on the pass, right in the middle of the pitch. There's a push on the play, but a late call. That was a late whistle, but it is still a whistle. Very dangerous. Danger, 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 danger for the Red Cedar FC. Let's see who's going to put that in play. Guess who? Marquez, the one that did that shot that's still talked about on the stands. Number 31, 3. No, he decides to go short. But there's the train. It's time to board the train because the ball is right by Jose Resendiz on the cross. Comes up on the last second, right on the line. Marquez on one-on-one. It's getting a little frisky out here in the pitch. Number 10 for the visiting team, Antonio Recinos. Comes up. Back to Mora. Mora, 2 dribbles on the ball, sends a long pass that Jose Resendiz has no problem with it. Goes on the attack. Right back. There's a goal. Red Cedar FC. Oh, my dear Lord. What's going on? What is going on? 2 goals within 2 minutes. What's going on, Teresa? Talk to me. You're the expert.
Well, what's going on is that Red Cedar has taken advantage of those errors that have been coming in on those incomplete passes from the Chicago Mustangs, and then to put in another one as the defense has not been communicated. They're open too wide, too open on both sides, and right doing the great decision. Red Cedar takes advantage of that opportunity, those open spaces that are wide open for them. And well, right now you can see Chicago Mustangs are down by usually they have 3 goals, and Red Cedar has 5 goals and has completed the comeback, taking the lead with 5-3. And well, what a turnaround in this match, but Red Cedar staying patient, capitalized on their chances, and completely shifted from the momentum. And well, the Chicago Mustangs are stunned right now, trying to regroup, put time, and time is running out. Well, this game has flipped on its head, and Red Cedar is now in control, Tico.
There's a long ball. There's a little chuckle on the play. The referee is very close by, and he let the folks know that there's a foul in favor of the home team, the Chicago Mustangs. Very close to a corner kick, 2 on the wall. When we got 12 minutes, 5 seconds left on this second period of play. There's Sergio Wojciech. There's a goal. Goal. I said goal! Chicago Mustangs.
Great shot for this great Chicago Mustangs player. Just receives that pass right to the right foot of his left and finishes right past the goalkeeper. And we have a match. We have a match getting closer. Great shot by number 5 from Chicago Mustangs. Sergi giving us back some momentum for the Chicago Mustangs. We have Chicago Mustangs 4, Lansing 5.
On that one, Jose Resendiz came out a little bit early, but that was his 2 defenders helping him out. There's a breakaway. A shot by a Chicago Mustangs player, but Mora comes out big for his team on the attack. The Chicago Mustangs. They want another goal. Definitely they want another goal. They're hungry for another goal. There's a foul, there's a whistle in the play. And I'm going to have to extend my neck a little bit. Giraffe style. There's a car. Somebody's being thrown out. What can you tell me on the replay on that, Teresa? Because the referee came out quick with that red card.
Yes, it was a very dangerous play coming in from number 14 from the Chicago Mustangs. He currently did a tackle and then got back up, and then he had right there a very, very dangerous play right there, and the referee said, nope, you gotta go.
the number 10 for the Red Cedar FC holding his nose. It looks like there is blood. I can't tell from this angle. On the Guatemalan player, Anthony Recinos, that precipitated that card. It's going to be a penalty issue on the play for the visiting team. Let's see, Recinos is close, nearby. No, it just being hit on the nose that precipitates that nasal drippage, medically speaking. 11 minutes, 16 seconds left. It's getting a bit warm up here in the pitch. And what do you think? What do you think,
Teresa? It's getting a little bit that's the intensity there is in this match. Both teams are trying to take those 3 points and trying to help them move up in the standings. But yes, we currently have something that usually happens in a game. And this is what it takes. Well, let's see if both teams, this timeout helps them recuperate, regroup, and try mentally refocus. And right away, you guys, we will come back momentarily after these commercials.
I saw it and I can't believe it. Recinos got a red card. What in the blue hell happened there? Holy Jesus. I mean, Racino, number 10, got a hit to the nose and he got red carded before we went on commercial break. I don't understand. I really don't understand. But still, there's a penalty kick being awarded to the visiting team, Red Cedar FC. We're going to wait for the commentary from the great Teresa Limon so she can make sense of this great injustice, I believe, by the rules. I couldn't put it any other way. I mean, Red Cedar FC got a penalty award on that. In the meantime, Recinos is being sent to, with the red card, to away from the game. But number 11 is going to put in play Gabriel Mireles for the visiting team, Red Cedar FC. Jose Resendiz in goal. There's a shot, Jose Resendiz on the best. Defense, another card coming up, a blue card. In this case, is being issued to. I'm lost, Teresa. I'm lost. Can you please help me out here?
Well, apparently, before we went to commercial, something happened in front of the referee in which he not only gave a red card to the Chicago Mustangs, number 14, but also to one of the players, very, very surprisingly, to number 10, Anthony Rianos, who literally, like you well mentioned, had an elbow right in his nose, but actually Lansing is actually trying to ask the referee why was there a red card for Lansing, Red Cedar Lansing, and nobody seems to understand the actual reason. But just to generalize and summarize everything, Tico, there has been issued 2 red cards, one for both teams, and as you well saw, the penalty was given to Lansing. Unfortunately, they did not take advantage, but Chicago Mustangs just
Luis Alberto Marquez, number 31, on a breakaway. He took that cannon out of storage and used it again to score the goal. What a shot, what a ball, but I'm still in shock by that red card. Anyway, the score is 5-5 per team.
A very intense game, a great finish by Marquez, who's taken advantage of both teams who are not mentally focused right now. Both of them are shocked, still trying to emotionally moved around because they don't quite understand on Red Cedar Lansing, not quite understand why that red card was issued from one of the main key players, number 10, Recinos. We know it's a harsh move. Both teams are down a player, but both teams here need to focus, reorganize, keep concentrated, and understand what it is essential to keep control and focus in this game to try and get both teams back on track. But we understand that both teams know what to do. Their professionalism know what to do in order to reorganize, restructure themselves. Both coaches are making their movements as I speak, are talking to their players that are on the bench and trying to reorganize their attacking, their planning of this match. And let's see in these next 10 minutes which team starts and takes control of this match.
In the meantime, while that was happening, one of the officials came to the bench of Red Cedar FC and took number 10 back to the other side. He has been kicked out of the field. Something was said to his ear, and number 10, Recinos, leave quite pissed off.
I completely understand. I mean, right before we went to commercials, he was actually one of the players that got affected by that player who got the red card, and he just stood up and walked away. I mean, obviously we were not in front, so we can't really tell what actually happened. But
in the meantime, when play resumed, there was a penalty kick issued in favor of the Chicago Mustangs. Marquez put it away. He tried to put it away, but he wasn't able to with that shot that went wide on Christopher Mora's cabana. Mora puts the ball in play when there's 9 minutes, 54 seconds left on this second period of play. Marquez asking his team players to come back a little bit to help him out on that play. He deserves, or goes rather, to Camarena, Alexi's first name. Marquez telling his players to go forward now on a comeback. Mustangs with the ball. Again, Mustangs. Gabriel Jurado on a breakaway, left hand side. Applies the air brakes. There's a cross, a ball cross. Right back to Marquez. Marquez sends in a slow ball. Now, Mustangs are trying either do 2 things, I believe, and this is my opinion. They try to kill it and put Red Cedar FC momentum on check, on hold, on the freezer. In the meantime, there's a foul call, 2 on the wall. The Marquez is going to put in play for his team. Camarena goes left, and there's a shot that goes up too high on Christopher Mora Cabana. I can't make sense of this, but anyway, I better gather my thoughts here. and keep going with the game. Marquez with the ball to Camarena. Right in his own territory, Camarena counts back to Marquez. The ball goes to Jose Resendiz. Jose Resendiz comes out. He doesn't want to go too far. Right back to Jose Resendiz. Vuela, vuela to Marquez. Jose Resendiz completely out of his cabana. Marquez tells Resendiz to go up a little bit. Gives him the ball. Right back to Marquez. Trying to catch Red Cedar FC on a breakaway. There's a shot by Jose Resendiz. Goes wide. It's a little volley on that ball. Marquez. Right in the middle of the pitch. Backpedaling to Jose Resendiz. To Camarena. Camarena Marquez. They're waiting for Red Cedar FC to commit on the defense. Throwing the hook. There's a shot. A long shot that hits the wall. Right back to Marquez. On 2 bounds. Camarena. Camarena with the ball. Hesitates to the right. Comes back. Loses momentum. Possession of the ball. The Red Cedar FC player comes in, and there's a tunnel by Marquez. They let the ball roll back to Jose Resendiz, that complies and gives it right back to Marquez. Marquez, with both hands out, decides to go left with that play. Right back to Sergei Vorchinak. Jose Resendiz to Marquez. Looking. Decides to go left. There was a mistake on that play. There's a choppy ball that goes up and hits Sergei Vorchinak on the head. Now Marquez sends his teammate on the offense on the left-hand side of that. Right back to Marquez. Marquez right now is the orchestra director. Everything has to go through him. Now Cedar. Red Cedar sends a long, lonely shot that ends in the net. A timeout on the pitch. Are we going to go pay some bills, or are we going to stay chuckling here? We're going to pay a bill, or 2, or 3. Hello everybody, we are back on a very emotional and hard-fought game between Red Cedar FC and your Chicago Mustangs. The ball is in play. Jose Resendiz. I got caught by a snake here.
Yeah, we almost fell.
Hey, There you go, Jose Resendiz with the ball, backpedaling. There was going to be an auto pass, but it didn't happen. There was a shot on a 2-2-2, goal by the visiting team, Gabriel Mireles. 5:34 left, and this is getting very interesting, Teresa.
What a great goal for number 16, Bill Taylor, who actually does a very good pass, receives a pass from a header right to this foot and puts it right inside the goal of Resendiz, who does not manage to block that shot. And well, we have a very intense game after those 2 red cards that received. Thank yous for those who have been following us through this broadcast and asking why are there a small amount of players out on the field. Well, let me tell you, it was a very intense second quarter with both teams received a red card, and at this moment it's been very physical match. And well, we have a game that goes back to back up in the score. Currently we have Chicago Mustangs 5, Lansing, Red Cedar Lansing 6. Y bueno, muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes que nos ha continuado en la transmisión de hoy. Y bueno, se han preguntado ¿por qué tan poquitos jugadores dentro de la cancha, Tico? Y bueno, tenemos 2 tarjetas rojas y eso muestra la intensidad que hay en este partido de ambos equipos que buscan la victoria para llevarse esos 3 puntos que la verdad marcarían una diferencia en la tabla de posiciones. Y bueno, Tico, qué intensidad. No hemos podido terminar de hablar de gol y bueno, bien cantado esos goles nos has dado esta tarde, Tico. Y bueno, ¿cómo crees que va este partido? ¡Qué intenso!
Hay mucha intensidad en el partido cuando ahorita está en movimiento la misma. La pelota filtrada por el sector de la derecha. Va la pelota al medio. Va abajo, comete foul. Se le lleva de corbata y hay una tarjeta para el equipo del Chicago, que lo deja ahorita con el power play a favor del equipo de casa. Y esto está intenso, así como mencionó la compañera de fórmula. El partido es un sub y baja, 6-5, 5-6 a favor del equipo de visita Red Cedar FC. La pelota está en movimiento. Ahorita les termino el comentario porque ahorita Camarena va rodando ese balón cuando tiene el power play a favor del equipo de casa. Moviendo el esférico por el sector de la izquierda. Pelota al medio, va a soltar el cañón, lo arma, lo carga, cambia de opinión. Ahí titubea, quiebra de cintura Márquez, el veteranazo. Sigue jugando, abriendo. Hay que ponerle una extensión a la garganta porque el compa aquí de la banca de Red Cedar FC nos estamos haciendo una competencia para ver quién tiene más alcance con la garganta. Digo, con la nuca. Viene ahí un tiro de Márquez que Mora en 2 tiempos responde defensivamente, evitando la caída de su cabaña. Viene ahorita el equipo de visita montado en la motocicleta, pero se quedó sin gasolina a medio campo porque Márquez ahí está defendiendo para su equipo. Luis Alberto Márquez, número 31 en su dorsal. Llega donde está Camarena, extiende más el balón. Viene el cruce, suelta trayazo que le quemó los guantes al golero Christopher Mora. En 2 tiempos viene ahora el equipo de visita al ataque, viene a la candela, pero ahí está la defensa del equipo del Chicago Mustangs. Viene, pelota dividida para el medio. ¡Ahí! ¡Gol! Simplemente gol, Teresa.
Qué gran definición de parte del jugador de Chicago Mustangs. Y bueno, Márquez haciendo de las suyas ese pase utilizando la pared, pero no cualquier lugar de la pared, justo por arribita del travesaño de la portería, y llega a los pies del gran jugador de Chicago Mustangs, donde sola la pica y la pone que cruza acá por enfrente del arquero número 22 de parte de Lansing, Red Cedar, Christopher Mora. Y bueno, tenemos un gran partido esta tarde nuevamente. Los que nos han sintonizado en estos momentos se han dado cuenta que justo cantamos el gol de Lansing y como que a un minuto encontramos el gol de Chicago Mustangs, ¿no? Pero bueno, a eso marca la intensidad que a este gran partido, y bueno, todo tiene que ver justo con el número de partidos.
Pelota dividida, se fue solito Alex Filian, solito, se abrió campo con su pierna izquierda, vio a Mora que abandonó su cabaña y simplemente le cruzó el balón, terminando en el fondo de la red. ¡Gol! Mustangs.
Qué gran definición de parte de este jugador número 6 que recibe el balón por el lateral derecho y conduce justo a la mitad de la cancha enfrente del portero, llega y justo entra en la área grande y anota justo finalizando y definiendo ese gran pase, ese gran driblaje justo hacia la portería, atacando para poder definir y subir en el marcador a su equipo de los Chicago Mustangs, que justo lleva 7 puntos hasta Red Cedar Lansing de solamente 6 puntos.
Pelota dividida que está en el dominio ahorita del equipo de casa. Hacia atrás llega donde está Luis Alberto Márquez, número 31 en su dorsal, que lleva el comando, el liderazgo de su equipo en el terreno de juego. Manda al ataque por la mitad del terreno de juego. Responde la defensa del equipo de visita Red Cedar FC. Se viene al ataque, a la candela. Camarena le come el pie de apoyo, pero el referee dice que juegue. Y eso es lo que están haciendo los jugadores en el terreno de juego. Viene un tirito ahí suavecito para José Reséndiz. Hay una tarjeta azul en el terreno de juego. ¿Viene o no viene? ¿Viene o no viene? Póngame siquiera música para bailar, porque no entiendo yo, Teresa. No sabe, no comprende qué pasa.
¿Qué pasa? Es que estos dos equipos tienen esa hambre, esa rivalidad justo se está mostrando en las emociones de ambos equipos, esa intensidad. Estamos viendo cómo las bancas de Lansing justo conduce, les da instrucciones y habla y se comunica con el equipo que justo está jugando dentro de la cancha, diciéndoles cuando le llega algún jugador del Chicago Mustangs. Y bueno, por el otro lado, la banca de Chicago Mustangs, muy intenso, saben que lleva la ventaja, animando a sus compañeros que cierren esa defensa, esos espacios que hemos visto que les ha costado muchos errores, y por eso ha tenido la posibilidad Lansing de poder anotar esos goles fácilmente uno tras otro. Y bueno, sabemos que ya solamente faltan 2 segundos para cerrar este cuarto y
se acaba. Nos vamos a la pausa, volvemos.
as we return from halftime here in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, in Grand Sports Arena. It's been a thrilling first half, Tico, with Chicago Mustangs holding a narrow lead, 7 goals, 2-6. over Red Cedar Lansing. Both teams showed intensity, quicker transitions, and plenty of scoring chances in that opening first and second quarter. And now the focus shifts to adjustments, discipline, and execution as we get ready for the second half, the third quarter, and the fourth. And we want you to stay with us. First of all, I want to thank you for staying with us throughout the first and second quarter, this whole broadcasting, along with my good friend, my partner in crime, Tico Fernandez. And let me tell you, what an incredible match we're having. So intense. What started off to be very cautious, slow pace, very careful, it exploded right on the field. There was a bomb, and it started with obviously some errors as well as some, slide tackling, warnings.
Just part of the game.
Punishments with 2 red cards for both teams. We will have more open spaces on the field. And Tico, how do you feel about this match? What are observations? What are you enjoying the most? Tell me.
I mean, I think it's very thrilling for the people following on the web and the people that are here at Hoffman Estates and Grand Sports Arena. I went and talked to the referees when they came back from the break, and they said that number 10, Anthony Recinos, received the following a red card and escorted off the field because he punched the Mustang player in the face. So that's why both players were out, ejected from the game. That's the official verdict of that red cards, and I got it straight from the horse's mouth. I'm sorry for saying that, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't able to see that, so I can't.
I mean, I went and got it. I got it from the officials.
From this angle. I'm actually sitting right next to the bench of Red Cedar Lansing, a little bit far away from all the action that I missed at the center of the field of that punch that the referee saw. I didn't see it.
All right, and here we go. Third period of play. So let's play some ball, folks. 14 minutes and 30 seconds left on this third period of play. 7-6, and there's the train, and there's a goal for the visiting team. Red Cedar FC, you talking about hot, you talking about temperature, you are talking about the excitement of the game. Teresa, what were you saying?
I am saying that Gabriel Mireles from number 11 from Red Cedar opens up just in 1 minute the score to tie up this match and give them some momentum, some rhythm to Red Cedar Lansing that just came out on fire.
There was Marquez falling on that play, but the referee didn't have anything to do with it. Now the visiting team is galloping the other way on the attack. There's a shot that ends up on the net. So we got 7-7s. Are you a gambler? Do you gamble? Because that's supposed to be a lucky number. 7-7 played on the lottery today. And if you don't, I'll give you $1 to play for me. Would you please, Teresa?
If you guys were here with me at this moment, I was just surprised. Tico just got up and got in front of me, pointing at me, telling me about the 7-7. Does that mean, Tico, that after this match, I should go down to Rosemont to play in the casino?
No. Go to a gas station. Gas station and buy a ticket. No, don't get me in the casino business. No. Back, we are just having fun, and that's what we do best here. And Grand Sports Arena, obviously keeping it very, very professional on someone that knows a thing or two about the game. I'm talking about my partner, Teresa Limon. So there you go. We're doing a salute here. There's a bomb that comes the Mustangs way on the right hand side of the pitch. Now Red Cedar FC comes up big on his defense side of the field. Camarena goes up. Got shortened up a little bit by number 5, Aiden Beckley. Aiden Bagley, that's been very busy today, very busy player. When the clock goes back, and there's a song that goes, and the clock goes back. 12:39 left, 7-7. There you go, the visiting team. Marquez with the ball. Comes up to face his opponent on the other side of the pitch. There's Jose Resendiz with the ball. Buela, the extraordinary goalie for the Chicago Mustangs. On a flip away. Tries to go up. Sergio Wojciech on defense for the Chicago Mustangs. Resendiz. Watch out for that train. You're going to be late. You're going to be late, Teresa, with that boarding that train. 7-7, don't forget.
Oh yeah, I can't forget that. We currently are tied right now as we speak with Chicago Mustangs 7 and Red Cedar 7. What an intense game. Both teams jump out in the field right away and trying to make a difference on that score to try a little bit ease off the intensity for both teams. But we currently see that these two teams are playing very, very cautious, very strong on both sides. And we currently, one of the things that are very interesting is that Marquez is actually being that leader that he is well known of, trying to keep that defense very, very tight and making the right defensive moves. And right now we actually have a momentum of a little, I don't know if you guys listen, but we actually went down a little bit on the noise just because Mora, the goalkeeper from Lansing, is currently down. Apparently he got hit in, probably had a small hit in the head, and taking his time, referee went over and obviously called in the trainer to take a look at him. He currently is a little bit complaining about the hit, but hopefully nothing too serious, taking a breather, getting it back together. We see him shut his eyes, taking off those special sports glasses and trying to, hopefully it's not his vision at this moment, but he's trying to settle down a little and see what the medical trainer says about this.
Yeah, definitely. That was quite a, I wasn't able to be a witness to that blow, but I mean, if the guy Mora, the goalie for the visiting team Red Cedar FC, complains about it, that means that, and the trainer coincides right there. He gives him the thumbs up to the referee. He's ready to go. The referee gets on the radio and gives the green thumb, the green light to go ahead with the game. When there is 12 minutes, 5 seconds left on the third period of play. And what's the score, Teresa? What is the score? What are you going to play?
We have a tied game, ladies and gentlemen, currently at 12 minutes. We have 7 against 7. 7 Chicago Mustangs, 7 Red Cedar Lansing. Let's take a look at if Chicago Mustangs takes an opportunity right here at this corner.
There he goes. There's a shot. Mora was at the right place. And it hits his body, bounces right back to the pitch. And the Mustangs go on the attack, but very on the defense, very momentarily. And then Resendiz sends a long ball. And there's a swing and a miss. And it hits the body of Red Cedar FC right on his stomach. Got the wind knocked out of him, and that feels like crap. I don't know if you ever had that done on a play when you practice the sport, Teresa, but that hurts.
Yes, for sure. It gets shooken up a little, and well, this kind of shows of the intensity, how ambitious each team wanting to control this game. And you know what? Going back to the goalkeeper, I want to mention that he's a very well experienced goalkeeper on Red Cedar Lansing's part. He's a goalkeeper who has the experience and privilege to represent us, the United States of America, in playing on the national team of the United States futsal national team, and that's a great privilege to see those types of players who've had that experience and have developed to be able to play in such a prestigious level. And we have them right here live today in this great game.
You know, futsal is a different, it's basically the same sport, but the surface that is played on is completely different. Anyway, We're back to the game. Resendiz puts the ball in play. We're going to talk about a little bit more about the visiting team players. There's a whole lot of nationalities from Brazil, Senegal, Guatemala is the player that got scored away from Lebanon. So I'm excited here. I'm dropping my own paperwork. Take it away, please. Let me help me out here to this.
Yes, as you well mentioned, we do have a couple of players that are coming from different parts. We have a couple of Brazilians with number 77 of the Lansing Red Cedar with 77. Victor Vigna is from Brazil with number 11 as well, who has 2 goals scored tonight. Merieles Gabriel, who's actually from Brazil, number 20 from Senegal. Great player we are seeing this afternoon from the Lansing, and we also have Lebanon 91, who we have Youssef Bitar. And well, as you well mentioned, it's great to have these players. And Tico, tell me more about this team.
And the coach is from Central Africa Republic. It's great to see this nations being represented on the beautiful game of football. From Great Sports Arena, Hoffman Estates. In the game, it's 7-7. Although Teresa doesn't want to take me up on the offer because the Mustangs are on the attack. Camarena with the ball.
I can't wait for the score to change, Tico.
Larry Garcia, yeah, me too. But anyhow, Marquez hits the back of his net defensively. Wasn't expecting it. Goes. Red Cedar on the attack. There's a long ball. Somebody comes down. Somebody down. Number 13, Johnny Torres. Referee says play on. Obviously, the bench hollering at the referee, but the referee said, not this time. But anyway, Marquez scoops it up to Camarena. Camarena lets it play on. Now on the other side of the pitch, Red Cedar FC goes in on the attack. Marquez on a clean play, goes for the ball, but on a rebound, Marquez does the best Ronaldinho impression on the roll-up, and there's a blue card. A blue card on the play. And that's going to be a power play coming up in favor of the Chicago Mustangs.
Yeah, it's a strong little touch. There was a physical touch right at the leg of Marquez, who a great call by the referee. And these are the momentums. These are the opportunities that Chicago Mustangs must take advantage. It doesn't take much to get a foul from Lansing, but you know what? These are the opportunities in which Resendiz should not only try and do that pass that we just saw, we will be able to see in quite a few seconds, but also take advantage of they are down a player, make quick passes, make transitions, and take shots from every angle if possible to try and go up on that scoreboard.
Marquez waited for the opponent to foul him, and then right there on a double whistle from the referees, called the foul. Scoops it up. Red Cedar player on the right side of the pitch. On back to Jose Resendiz. Buela. The Mustang player waiting for help. Marquez comes strolling in, directing traffic. Camarena is right next to him. Left hand side. Hesitates, rolls it back. Now Mustangs on the power play. Camarena hits a player from Red Cedar FC. Bounces right back to Camarena. There's a shot! He hits one of his players. There's another shot. There's a cross. Hits a glass. Scoops right up to Camarena. Camarena gives it to Marquez. He shoots. And then 2 times on the bounce. Christopher Mora, great goalkeeper. Actually, both of these keepers are great. Great feline reflexes. There's a shot. Marquez insisting on his cannon that he has for a left leg. Mustangs on a short play, plays with the glass, But there's the defense of Red Cedar FC. Mustangs trying to capitalize on that power play that they have. Scoops the ball up forward. Marquez, that is, right back to Marquez. Marquez motion his player to go forward to Camarena. Camarena up against the wall, up against the glass. Again, number 27. Try to scoops it up on the best shot that he can. Now both teams are at full strength. Power play is over. And the score is still 7-7.
And let me tell you, what a great defense from part of Red Cedar Lansing, keeping very compact right in the middle, which they made sure that they pressured the Mustangs to play from the outside, which, as we saw, putting the Chicago Mustangs, the goalkeeper from Red Cedar Lansing, into the test, in which he has succeeded. So many shots were taken to this great goalkeeper from Red Cedar Lansing, and nothing, Tico, nothing went through into the goal of the goalkeeper. But that's not only the great experience that he has. Remember, he has been former U.S. futsal national team goalkeeper, but also the great defense from Red Cedar Lansing that made sure they were compact and pushing the Mustangs to take those shots from wide angles, which is a very difficult to do. Take shots from the outside, wide angles next to the wall. It's really hard to put it back in, and we saw the Mustangs take shot after shot after shot, and it was just not hitting the target. Well, that kind of tells you of the great defense and good work from the Red Cedar Lansing.
It felt like an avalanche hit. Try to hit the Red Cedar FC, but nothing went in, as you mentioned. So, I mean, the more power to Christopher Mora and his team, Red Cedar FC, that kept his cabana clear of a goal that desperately the home team tried to score the goal. That is, now we're going to resume play. The referee has the ball ready to hand it over to Christopher Mora. There it is. Now puts it in play. Left flank. There's a 3-line violation, or did it hit the net? It hit the net. It hit the net. That ball belongs to the home team, Chicago Mustangs, which Jose Resendiz puts it in play on a short yardage. Back to number 77, Victor Viana, for the visiting team. But that didn't last long. I'm back to Sergei Warchinak, and defense for the Mustangs. Going to ride back to his goalie, Jose Resendiz. Looking. Back to Sergei. Sergei doesn't want to complicate his life and gets it right back to the great keeper, Resendiz. Vuela. Right back. Resendiz. Locates Gabriel Jurado. He hesitated on the play. And the visiting team, Red Cedar FC, said thank you. Goes on the other way, scoops it up. Right foot, 3 toes. Comes rolling back. His number 13 is like player possessed. Loses the ball and goes right back to regain the control for his team, the visiting team. 7-7, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the broadcast. And then the carnival effects on the stands take place. Now the Mustangs fully throttled. There was a shot. They'll gave away. Goal! Oh my God, Teresa! What a goal! I mean, you wanted the score to break. There it is. I'm that near to you.
Qué gran gol de parte de justo el jugador de Chicago Mustangs, que define con fortaleza ese tiro directo a la portería del arquero Christopher Mora de Red Cedar Lansing para poder subir a su equipo de Chicago Mustangs arriba en el marcador con 8 goles del Chicago Mustangs y solamente 7 goles de Red Cedar Lansing, justo y cuando se ponen los últimos minutos de este tercer cuarto a finalizar, solamente 4 minutos faltantes, chicos. Vamos a ver cómo sube la intensidad de ambos equipos dentro de la cancha. Sabemos que este marcador ha sido muy cerrado, un partido muy cerrado, con esa ambición, esa fortaleza e intensidad de poder llevarse los 3 puntos para poder ascender en la tabla de posiciones de esta liga de MLIS.
La pelota está en movimiento, llega a los linderos donde está el veteranazo Márquez. Márquez juega atrás con su golero Resendiz. Resendiz conecta pierna derecha, manda a su compañero a la candela, a la candela. Ataca el equipo de casa. Chicago Mustangs defiende. Red Cedar FC al ataque el número 24, Jeffan Selenovic. Ahí Camarena pidiendo balón. Márquez, sin ver por dónde va a enviar el balón, envía ahora dirigiendo, mano derecha, señalando en su propio territorio. Va a pasar el Ecuador, no, todavía no, cambió de opinión. Mientras tanto, custodiando, ahí estaba Dakin Sawyer, el jugador más joven en el terreno de juego, con 17 años de edad. Atrás el balón para el golero José Resendiz. José Resendiz comunicando la pelota, la número 5. Se equivocó en el servicio. Viene, hace la jugada de la pataleta. Márquez trataba de limpiar el área, se cruzó un jugador de Red Cedar FC. Gol. Vuelve otra vez a empatarse esto. Partidadazo.
Un gol bien anotado, parte de Kay Kane, del número 8, de parte de Red Cedar, donde le hacen un pase, utilizan la pared y bueno, por ahí un error, una falta de comunicación entre la defensa de Márquez y el arquero de Chicago Mustangs, Resendiz. Por ahí se quedaron parados viéndose uno al uno, donde no entendieron quién iba a defender ese pase, pero bueno, esos errores son los que ha causado este marcador, que esté tan cerrado, unos errores que ha cometido por parte de Chicago Mustangs la defensa al perder el balón. Por ahí vimos un resbalón, en este momento vimos ese pase, falta de comunicación entre la defensa y el arquero, pero bueno, falta mucho tiempo faltante en solamente 2 minutos del tercer cuarto y todavía falta otro cuarto suficiente para el Chicago Mustangs que pueda remontar y llevarse un poquito a subir en el marcador y posiblemente llevarse los 3 puntos esta tarde.
La pelota la tiene el equipo de casa por intermedio del número 22, Darío Gamboa. Gamboa ahora con Sergi. Sergi avanzando, rodando el balón para su golero Resendiz, que envía un globito, sector de la izquierda. Viene, faltó ahí, no le pudo conectar. Strike one, pero continúa el equipo de casa por intermedio de Sergi. Sergi ahora atrás con Resendiz. Resendiz con Gabriel Jurado. Gabriel Jurado perdió el dominio del esférico, tiene que irse cuerpo a cuerpo, le roba el balón, alimenta a su compañero sector de la izquierda, lo cucharea, viene, boom, boom, ¡gol! Con un resonante boom, Teresa.
Qué gran gol justo del 22, Darío Gamboa, nuevamente otro gol en este gran partido, buena posición, buen recibimiento del parte y buena jugada de compañerismo, un triangular se hicieron por ahí para poder anotar el siguiente gol y como lo había mencionado nuevamente antes de finalizar este cuarto, Chicago Mustangs buscará subir en el marcador para poder llevarse la ventaja antes de este cierre y nuevamente este Chicago Mustangs lleva 9 goles contra Red Cedar Lansing de solamente 8.
Hay una falta ahí de parte del equipo de casa frente a su contrario del Red Cedar FC, que pone en movimiento rápidamente Mora, un globito hacia arriba, pega en la testa, caracolea sobre la número 5 buscando dónde quedó la pelotita, ahí llega el número 8, Jay Kunet, para el equipo de visita, comunicando la pelota, ras de piso con Cole mira por dónde, manda en un trazo largo, ahora de nuevo Cole Kaiser, hablando con el balón, literalmente hablando, falando con el esférico, pisa el balón Sean Clark para su equipo, momento tremendo partido, va un cruce, pasa por enfrente, vienen dos tiempos, defiende como gato panza arriba el equipo de casa, en este caso un Mustang con los cascos hacia arriba, defendiendo todo lo que le está mandando el equipo de visita. Ahora llega los linderos donde está el número 21 Cole Heiser, de una revienta sin asco el golero Christopher Mora, limpiando su área de trabajo, pega arriba de la net y es un saque de portería Mustangs.
2 segundos faltando, justo en este momento la afición se levanta, la afición le echa porras a su equipo y bueno, ha terminado el tercer cuarto y nos vamos en unos comerciales, Tico, pero regresamos.
¿Para qué cuentas? Una fiesta total, a whole carnival we got here going on with Teresa leading the cheers. What was that, Teresa? Ta 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 ta.
Yo sí le voy a los Mustangs. Ta 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 ta. Take it away, Tico.
There you go. Okay. The fourth quarter is about to begin. And it's been exciting throughout the match. Yet we got 15 whole minutes left in this exciting game. Now, the visiting team, Red Cedar FC, is going to move. Put it in play. There you go. There's the whistle. A little too short on the pass. Right back to Mora. Christopher Mora, the goalie. There's a train. Better get on that train, Teresa, because we're going to be late. There you go. Red Cedar on the attack. But there's a Mustang player that comes up momentarily, only momentarily, saying that ball is mine. There's a shoot. There's a shot. A shoot and a shot. Right there. Try to play it off the wall. Number 21. But he has Adrian Bagley. Right close. The players, the visiting team, asking for a blue. Now they have the power play. And they're favored, so let's see who's going to come up big on this play.
Yes, this is a great opportunity for Lansing to take advantage of this. They're down a player, Chicago Mustangs. Unfortunately, you do not want this to be happening at this beginning of the quarter, especially when the score is so close to each other. Well, let's see what the Lansing's going to do. We all know that they have great ball movement, reaching after the half of the field. And here we go. We have position, very well positioned, the Chicago Mustangs defensively, and Marquez, that leader, that experience he has in communicating with his players and conducting that defense. And we currently hear right now, we have Marquez right in front of us, and I could hear him give instructions to his 3 players who are now playing defensively. And obviously we have the ball movement going on at this moment from Red Cedar Lansing, as we could see, taking opportunity, trying to see if they could break that defense line.
There's a shoulder to shoulder. The visiting team comes up with the play. There's a shot, and Resendiz simply extends his left arm, and boom. Puts a detour on that ball trajectory. There's a shot. Hits a glass. Number 5 comes for the Cedar Rapids. Red Cedar, not Cedar Rapids. Close by, but not quite. Number 77, Victor Viana for the visiting team. Looking for an opening. There's a shot. Did it hit the ceiling? No. Referee extends his arms. There's a shot. There's a foul on the play. Cardinal card. No, just a foul against number 11, Gabriel Mireles. Red Cedar FC on the power play. There's a shot. Here's the defense. Right back on the offense. There's oh my God. It's a Sunday to go to church and say, oh my God. Now we definitely got ourselves a game tie on the power play.
What a shot from number 77 from Lansing, Victor Viana from Brazil, letting us know his technique, how technical he is, putting it up in the upper 90, where Resendiz is unable to block that shot. And we have a game once again, ladies and gentlemen. This game has been back-to-back with the goals, and right now we can tell you Chicago Mustangs has 9 goals, and Red Cedar Lansing has 9 goals. This is a tight game, Tico. Very intense. Anything could happen in these last 12 minutes of this quarter. The question is, who will take the victory this afternoon?
Marquez finally decides to go on the offense. He scoops it up. Camarena tried to come up in defense on that, but he gives it away. And number 11 comes galloping for the Chicago Mustangs. There's a shot. It ends up in the net. Therefore, there's a goal kick for the visiting team, Red and Cedar FC. Red Cedar in their own territory, right to Mora. Mora on a cross ball. Mustangs put in the pressure. There's a shot. The crosses. It hits the upper part of the cabana. Mora doing his best to go back and forth. Great goaltending by Christopher Mora of the Red Cedar FC. I mean, both goalies have been tremendous. There's another shot on 2 bouncing balls. Now Red Cedar comes up on a breakaway. Marquez commits a foul. That was a late call. Marquez couldn't believe it. He said, no. What do we got? He let it go. Is that a foul? Not a foul? Yeah, the referee on the other side of the pitch say it's visiting team ball. You know how they say in the cartoons, I'm so confused. Well, that's me right now. What's going on, Teresa?
It seems he lost his balance. I was trying to make a movement, but obviously we'll see at the end of this next minutes. We kind of still see, unfortunately, Mora, the goalkeeper from Cedar, Lansing, a little bit shaken up. He hasn't been himself throughout this game. Remember, he had a little small hit in the head, and obviously, once again, he asked a little time by kneeling down and checking that he's all right. But it seems like he's okay. He's been doing a fabulous job blocking so many shots in the last 2 minutes from the Chicago Mustangs, who has been attacking his goal. But that's part of the professionalism, knowing that he's okay. We always know that if there was something wrong with him, he would actually notify his team about it, because it is very, very dangerous, those types of hit in the head. But his experience has shown throughout this whole game that he is a trooper. He is here to battle. He is here to be for his team, and this is the case, and the score says it all, Tico.
There's a ball that is trapped up against the glass. The referee right nearby let the whistle be heard. That is a Mustangs ball that is played right back to Jose Resendiz. Jose Resendiz to Sergi Warchinak right in front of our broadcast booth. Again to Sergi, number 5. Right to Resendiz. Resendiz breaks the ball a little bit. There's a pressure applied by a Red Cedar FC player. There's a header right back to the defense, to Mora, the goalie. There's a bounce. Nothing happening on that one, no whistles. There's a long play, Chase Trappett. A number 5, Aiden Bagley for Red Cedar FC. You talk about intensity of a game. This is it. The level of play in this league is very, very good. And this is one of the games I'm talking about. Great plays. Kind of clean, but expected. Number 9 right in front of us, Cody Grenville. But Sergi comes out big defensively for his team. Chicago Mustangs go on the attack by number 8. There's a cross on the play. Too far for Mora to do anything about it. He just let it go, let it fly, watched it. Number 16, defense. There's a play or a whistle on the play. Change the personnel for Red Cedar FC. Resendiz puts that ball in play. Camarena wanted that ball. Right back to him. Camarena. A little complicated on that play, but comes through with it. But he picked his pocket. Johnny Torres picked the pocket of the Mustang player. Mustangs. Camarena. Shoulder to shoulder. A player down. Holding his leg. He bounces right up. There's a shot. Right, Resendiz on the bounce, put the play via hand on a long hand throw. There was a hard play. 3 players from the visiting team, Red Cedar FC, against one lonely Chicago Mustang player. Now, number 5, Aiden Bagley, breathing hard. I'm very impressed, and I say it every time these athletes come to play, that the cardio this late in the game, it's outstanding, Teresa. You played the game. I mean, how important is the cardio when the late minutes come into play?
I would say you could see both teams are very physically fit, especially now with being into the 4th quarter. This is where we could see on both teams in other games, especially this one, whether who will be giving it all, who will be wasting all their energy, all that fitness out on the field. And this is the reason why we see a very intense game, Tico, is because both Both teams are very physically fit. They're ready. They're prepared. You could tell that that's the reason we're actually watching. You mentioned a great game of indoor soccer. This tells you why it is such a great, high-quality Excalibur Major League indoor soccer, because obviously these players have a background, a well-experienced background, and this is not only a physical, you could also say technical ball movement skills, but also mentality. Both teams need to stay focused. Both teams need to make smart plays, smart transitions, smart passes, complete passes, obviously, and try not to commit those errors, because any small loss or error in these last 7 minutes of this quarter can be very dangerous for either side.
I have a technical question for you.
Oh boy.
Armando Gamboa is not in sight. You got Ernesto Correa and Ricardo Arroyo running the team. What are your thoughts on that? Not having the head coach on the pitch giving instructions and getting on his players.
Well, as we know, there is a week of practice, and I'm pretty sure that head coach Armando Gamboa has been involved in those practices along with his assistant coaches. And obviously, it's not just one game you prepare for without a coach. It's actually its own DNA and way of playing, their style of playing of the Mustangs. I'm pretty sure all the head coaches come together, study the rival team throughout the week, and prepare through practice, each practice, the Chicago Mustangs, how they're going to confront, how they're going to affront the rival team. And I'm pretty sure that all the instructions have been followed as the head coach would have wanted. And obviously, these are experienced assistant coaches that we have here. They know what to do in case there's a teammate. In this case, head coach Gamboa is down. Unfortunately, he's not in. Obviously, possibly because of a previous match they had against Cleveland Crunch and a suspension going on. But you know what? That does not affect the team, because we look at the score right now. We've looked at how great of a game of a match of Chicago Mustangs have been playing throughout these quarters, and we actually have a game, and the score says it all, Tico. Chicago Mustangs 9 and Cedar Lansing 9.
The intensity of the game is very, very, very high. I love it. I love it. This last minutes of this fourth quarter are going to be very exciting. Please stay tuned. And on the folks here are not going to the washroom, not taking a break, not going to the concession stand to get something to drink, because the action on the pitch is supreme, like a pizza that we had before we started this match. Now, the visiting team regains the control of the ball by number 11, Gabriel Mireles. Right back to his player. Mounts it off the wall. Sergi right on defense. There you go. Number 13, there's a whistle in the play. I'm going to get in so much trouble here. I'm going to get it. Oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, Sergi Wojciech right in front of us is going to put that ball right in play to his goalie, Jose Resendiz, spreading it up to the left-hand side of the pitch, going into Red Cedar FC territory, right back into Mustangs. Resendiz goes on the attack. The score is tight. It's so tight that it's locked. The key is nowhere to be found. Sergi recoups the ball for his team. Right over to Murgia. Murgia to Sergi. Resendiz. You talk about players that are gifted. This is one of them. Buela Buela. My personal gift and name to him. Number 22 on the rebound. Dario Gamboa hit that ball with the right leg, and he hurt himself on that shot. He's down on the pitch. We got a timeout on the field. 5:30 left, and The score is still tie. And I don't mean the food. I mean tie. Talk to me, Teresa.
Yeah, these next 5 minutes of this match are very intense. Both teams will try and leave everything onto the field, especially when we are very, very close to tying. We actually have intensity from both sides. Both teams are being very defensively, pressuring them very, very well. And at this moment, this timeout actually will help both teams try to regroup. Both teams get together and give the final indication. Both coaches are very focused, talking to specific players and telling them specific instructions, probably differently from what they received in the halftime. But you know, these are the last moments. These are the key moments that each player has and takes a chance to regroup, to talk to each other and try and find that formula onto the pitch, to try and make sure that both teams try and look for that empty space. We see Chicago Mustangs trying to control, trying to get possession of the game, but as soon as Lansing recovers the ball really quickly, fires up down the field, trying to look for that spaces and look at speed, and they're strong. They're strong players who are trying to fight to get towards the end and to try to make that last stride noticeable, to trying to make that score.
You know, whoever scores here, I think is going to take the game, and this last 5.30 minutes left of the fourth quarter of play, the score is tight, so tight that we don't see tomorrow. But anyway, the play is going to resume. Mora is going to get the ball, going to put the same in play. When we are again, I'll say it, 5.30. This is my new favorite number. I mean, and it's a broadcaster, and it's a fan, and people at home, this is what it's all about. To have this game will be a witness. There's a handball on the play. He brought it down with his right hand. Are we going to do the switch? Are you looking at me over there? No, we're not going to do the switch? Okay. All right.
I was just going to mention that Dario Gamboa was hurt walking out, limping, tried to walk on his own.
There's a goal. A goal by number 11, Gabriel Mireles. In this thing, it's gotten thick. It's gotten real dangerously thick. On that score by the visiting team, Red Cedar FC, number 11, Gabriel Mireles. With 5:15 left. What? Nothing? Okay. Go ahead.
There's still 15 seconds left, and we'll make that switch. I promise you we'll make that switch. But what a great shot, what a great moment by number 11, Mireles, Gabriel, as you mentioned, what the team actually needed. You know, this is a time where there's two options. Or Cedar Lansing decides to still attack or falls back in these last 5 minutes to try and finish it off and close this game. Or Chicago Mustangs just rounds up, fires up as they are, you know, not get hurt by the score at this moment, and don't lose their head. Must focus, stay organized, even though the time is ticking rápidamente, aunque el tiempo esté cayendo. Es un equipo que debe de mantener su enfoque dentro del partido, no revolucionarse y esperar que poco a poco vayan funcionando esos pases completos, esa planificación que el entrenador Correa mencionó justo en ese tiempo de receso.
Ahí está. Me ganó la compañera apretar el switch, pero no pasa nada. Volvemos a nuestra lengua nativa a traerles los relatos de este grandioso partido aquí en Grand Sports Arena, Hoffman Estates, entre el equipo de visita Red Cedar FC y el equipo de casa Chicago Mustangs, que actualmente va abajo en el marcador por un gol. La pelota en movimiento la controla el jugador número 8, Gabriel Jurado, manda un trace largo, pasa por enfrente de la cabaña de Mora, paseándose ¡Foul! Comete el número 5. No hay tarjeta. ¿Hay tarjeta? ¿No hay tarjeta? No, simplemente es un foul del número 5, Adrian Bagley, a favor de su contrario, del Chicago Mustangs. 10-9 el marcador, 10-9 el marcador, partido intenso que ese tiro libre va a venir casi por poquitito a estilo tiro de esquina, sector izquierdo, 2 a la barrera defensiva. Viene a la candela, viene el tiro, se impulsa, pierna izquierda, juega atrás, Mora vuela y evita la caída de su caballa. Ahora vuelve al ataque el equipo de visita por intermedio del sector de la derecha, atrás donde está Christopher Mora, que ha tenido mucho que ver en este resultado. Viene un cruce de balón que pasa muy cerquitita de la cabaña defendida por Mora. Viene ahorita el ataque del equipo de casa Chicago Mustangs. Tiene toda la carne en el asador el equipo de casa, tratando desesperadamente de empatar este partido, porque no les convienen los puntos de la tabla de posición, lo cual la compañera de fórmula ha estado mencionando a lo largo y ancho de ese partido. Ataca el equipo de Chicago Mustangs, sector de la izquierda, viene caracoleando, pisa el balón, hay cambio de portero, viene el sexto atacante por intermedio de Márquez. No hay portero, hay sexto atacante, la opción que tienen los equipos según las reglas de esta liga. Va Márquez alistando su pierna derecha. ¡Ah! Balón que se paseó por la línea de cal y en media volea el Mustang se vuelca completamente al ataque. ¡Qué emoción! Señoras y señores! Va de nuevo, pega arriba de la cabaña de Christopher Mora. Tómeme la presión, Teresa, porque va ahorita a través del techo.
Qué intensidad estamos viviendo. A todos ustedes que nos siguen en la sintonía esta tarde, muchísimas gracias. Esperamos que ustedes también estén gozando de la intensidad de este gran partido. Últimos 2 minutos, chicos, muy importantes, esenciales para el equipo de casa, que busca remontar arriba del marcador para poder llevarse el empate, la victoria. Pero bueno, qué grandes tiros, oportunidades ha tenido el Chicago Mustangs en solamente estos 2 minutos que hemos presenciado. Y bueno, no hay que destacar que también el arquero ha dejado mucho de qué hablar esta tarde, ha protegido, ha sido figura,
en el buen sentido de la palabra.
Claro que sí, ha sido figura de este partido, especialmente protegiendo a su equipo Cedar Lansing, que en estos momentos está buscando llevarse esos 3 puntos. Pero bueno, qué actuación, qué gran ataque de parte de Chicago Mustangs, viendo también la experiencia de Márquez como el sexto defensor, que guarda la tranquilidad, busca ser el creador de esos pases para poder abrir el campo para sus compañeros. Y bueno, solamente Tico, que no ha entrado ese balón. Esa defensiva de Lansing ha estado encendida últimos minutos de este cuarto, Tico.
Pero hay una cosa que poner en contexto, Teresa, amigos, de que también Márquez tiene una pierna educadísima y tiene un cañón en esa pierna izquierda, lo cual ya ha anotado varios goles no apto para cardíacos. Vuelve ahorita el portero titular José Reséndiz a tomar su posición original. El que ya mencionamos, Márquez. No se va a utilizar ese sexto atacante como opción. Y vamos a ver qué es lo que sucede aquí.
Bueno, antes que entremos nuevamente, queremos darle las gracias a Gabriela Reina, que dice, let's go Mustangs. Great to see Camarena playing again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, KH4OG, thank you so much for tuning in. Muchas gracias por sintonizar a Kim Skynet 9274, como también Kevo Cable 3615. Muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes por sintonizar en esta transmisión en vivo desde Grand Sports Arena en Hoffman State, Illinois. Qué intensidad estamos viviendo en estos momentos, Tico, en este cierre de partido.
Relativamente un regalo futbolístico para los que hemos presenciado el mismo. ¡Upa! Viene el número 77, Víctor Viana. Se estrelló con la barrera de contención y va a haber un cambio. Abandona José Reséndiz y va a ver la opción del sexto atacante para el equipo del Chicago Mustang. Márquez prepara, cañonazo con la pierna izquierda, pelota cabalgando por enfrente de la cabaña de Christopher Mora. Hacia atrás con Márquez, que se tiene que forzar para buscar el dominio de ese balón. Viene ahorita con todo el jugador Brian Murguía para su equipo. Sergi Wojciak para Chicago Mustangs, se la entrega a Márquez. Márquez parece que tiene hielo en esas venas. Viene un trayazo que se estrella en un jugador, enviando esa pelota a tiro de esquina, favoreciendo al equipo de casa. Cambio de personal, entra Camarena para el equipo de Chicago Mustangs. Viene, agazapados, pegaditito, ahí a la pared. Mora, atento a la jugada, juega atrás, viene el tiro, le pega en la espalda a Camarena. Viene ahorita Márquez en desesperación, estira el pie derecho, le pegó en el tacón desviando la trayectoria de ese balón, media volea. Un jugador caído del equipo de visita, Red Cedar FC. Viene ahora Márquez pidiendo doble marca. Pasa al ecuador de la cancha. Pisa, mira por dónde dirige. 1:21 restándole a este partido. Arriba en el marcador está el equipo de casa. Trayazo que le quema los guantes a Christopher Mora. No aguanta la marca. Viene ahora Márquez. Márquez sigue avanzando. Se le dejan cortito ahí a su compañero. No para Marcos. Viene, ajusta, tira, lanza, cañonazo, ahorita con Camarena. Viene Márquez pidiéndole estate quieto. Dale el ímpetu que tiene ahorita el equipo de casa. Sector de la derecha, escurriendo el balón. Toda la fanaticada aquí al borde de la butaca. Dejó la cabina sola. La cabina y la cabaña. Y gol. Por intermedio del número 11, Gabriel Mirelis. Y esto está más cocido que ya huele rico. Ya huele riquísimo.
Últimos 42 segundos en este partido. Acaba Mireles Gabriel de parte de Red Cedar Lansing. Un póker esta tarde con 4 goles en este partido el día de hoy. Y bueno, faltan 42 segundos y el marcador no es nada favorable para el Chicago Mustangs, que justo el marcador menciona y anota y se ve el Chicago Mustangs 9, Red Cedar Lansing 11.
Está por reanudarse las acciones. Asuntos técnicos allá en la banca del Mustangs. Cambio de personal, asistencia ahí, el número 91, Joseph Vitar, que no ha estado muy participante en este partido. Se reanudan las acciones. Mustangs atacando, mientras tanto, vuelvo recalco, el reloj no perdona, el tiempo no espera a nadie. Márquez recuperando el dominio del balón, 26 restándole segundos a este cuarto periodo de juego. La pelota pegó en el techo, por ende se va a jugar desde el punto de las 3 líneas. La va a poner Márquez en movimiento perfilado por la derecha, va a castigar llegar con ese cañonazo que tiene por pierna. 2 a la barrera, se le presenta Camarena, prefiere jugar hacia la cabina de Mora. De nuevo para Mora, digo para Márquez. Ahorita 17 restándole a este partido, pisando el balón. El jugador del Chicago Mustang viene un cruce y entra el balón. Gol, 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 gol. Mustang, esto está que arde, Teresa.
Se ha ascendido estos últimos segundos, esencial. Justo sube el marcador Chicago Mustangs con solamente 3 segundos. ¿Podrá finalizarlo?
Caía en esa jugada, doble tiempo, trayonazo. Y esto caducó. Esto se acabó. Teresa, dígame el marcador, por el amor de Dios bendito.
Ha terminado, como bien lo mencionas, Tico, ha terminado este gran partido, ambos equipos dando batalla, pero desafortunadamente pierde el Chicago Mustangs en esta ocasión, con nada más y nada menos Chicago Mustangs 10, Red Cedar Lansing 11.
En nombre de todo el equipo que conformamos Allen Technology, gracias por la sintonía, será hasta una próxima, con su permiso que la pasen bien, ¡chao!